name's Nick with Sunshine State RVs. We are in Gainesville, Florida. We're the #1 Class B RV dealership in the state of Florida, #3 in the whole United States of America. That took a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication to become #3 in America. But all we do every day are Class B RVs, nothing else. We take A's on trade and trailers, but all we sell, all we fix, all we deal in are Class B's, one of the biggest in the whole country. And I absolutely love Class B's. Everyone on our team loves Class B RVs. But today, what we're going to talk about is this 2024 American Coach Patriot. It's an MD4. So the 4 means it has 4 seats in the front, and I'm going to show you I'm going to sit in all the seats, show you everything. But this is on the brand new Mercedes chassis. So what's new about it, Nick? I'm glad you asked. What is new is that it's an all-wheel drive chassis. It's not a 4-wheel drive anymore. It is now all-time all-wheel drive. It also has a 4-cylinder engine. Lots of 4s going on today. It's a 2024 MD4 with a 4-cylinder engine. And you're like, how can a 4-cylinder engine move this whole beast? It actually has more horsepower, more torque, and gets better gas mileage than its predecessor on the 6-cylinder engine. So I'll get into all those details later in this video, but this is awesome. This is brand new from American Coach. They are the first RV builder who is building on the all-wheel drive chassis. Nobody else that we deal with has built on the all-wheel drive chassis, only American Coach. Now, American Coach, you're used to seeing these $1 million Class A's that are huge and fancy and luxury, but they started building these luxury Class B's and they have knocked it out of the park. So I think you're gonna love it. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to show you everything that is in this coach. This is a 2024 American Coach Patriot. It's on the 23 Mercedes-Benz chassis. So the Mercedes-Benz chassis has lots of upgrades for 2023. We're gonna get into more of those, but just by starting off, by looking at it, you can tell that it has more clearance. So one thing they did from the older chassis to this new all-wheel drive chassis was they gave you a couple extra inches of clearance, which is really nice because having that clearance lets you go off-road, it lets you drive, it gives you that more of a higher up feeling. So I love the fact that there's extra clearance. So, you know, Mercedes gives you the nice high-end chrome wheels. You got, you know, American Coach does some really cool options that really only American Coach does, which is this 4-camera security system. So one in the front, one on each side, and then one in the back. So this is one of the cameras that's part of that 4-camera security system. But what I really like is how high it sits up off the ground. And if you're stuck in a hairy situation, you have that extra clearance that people like. A lot of people don't use the all-wheel drive. They more use it for the clearance. They can not get stuck places. Nobody wants to get stuck, especially in an RV. Nobody wants to get stuck. So as we're walking through, one of the other cool options are the parking sensors. So you are a little higher up, and this RV is 24 feet long. This is on the 170 extended version. So the parking sensors let you know as you're getting close to whatever it is you're doing. It also has the high-end, the LED high performance headlights. This is, to me, a must-have. I mean, you have got to have the high performance lights. It makes all the difference in the world. If you're boondocking, you're driving off-road, if you're in the middle of the Moab desert and you're trying to find a spot, you want the brightest lights possible to show you around. So I like that. They also give you some fog lights as you're coming. This is why everybody buys the Mercedes. You get the star that Flava Flav used to wear around his neck back in the 80s. That big, what was that, a clock or a star? Whatever it was. It was a big old thing. You get the Mercedes-Benz star. You also have the front camera here. American Coach gives you a nice extra spoiler. As you're continuing to walk around, you see there again, the nice chrome wheels, nice big step. American Coach does a great job of hiding all of the RV components. So in this little box right here, nothing's exposed. Everything is hidden in there, which is great because if you live in an HOA, like I do, and like most people do, you can't really have RVs here all the time. So having this, everything is hidden inside of here. So down here, this is all of your black tanks. So you got your black tank flush, you have a gray tank flush, you have fresh water or city water, you can change it right here. You also have a macerator. So the macerator, basically when you use the bathroom, it grinds up all the waste and then it shoots it out. I'm kind of having flashbacks right now of that movie RV with Robin Williams. You know, he had a little bit of a fun experience over here. So this is the hose. I hope this thing's, oh my Lord, look at that. Oh my God, this thing better be brand new. They better not have played. That was disgusting. So this is lube. Oh, speaking of, we have a guest here today. This is Hank.
Yeah.
Everyone say hi to Hank Strange.
Right.
So Hank is here supervising, make sure I know what I'm doing during my videos, and I get lube on my hands. So this is the hose. You pull the hose all the way out, you stick it in the thing, and then you press the button, and it pumps all that nasty waste out. And then you press the button, and it retracts automatically. Now I just need something to clean my hands automatically, which isn't going to happen. So, but what's really nice, there's an outside shower here with hot water and cold water. Everything is here, and then when you're done with it, you just hide it. And so it's gone, it's put away, and there's nothing outside, which is really nice. So as we keep walking back, these do have dual wheels. So the 24-foot version is the extended van. So this has dual wheels on the Mercedes chassis. This is for your hot water. And this is the only thing that is kind of outside. That's where you plug your hose power cord in, so that way you have power in the whole coach. I like this. A lot of people ask us to take all the letters off, but this ECO-FREEDOM, so American Coach does an ECO-FREEDOM package. We'll talk a little more about it as we get through the video, but it's a 1080 amp hour lithium battery package. That's the ECO-FREEDOM package. So pretty amazing, and we will, like I said, we will touch more on that in a minute. The back of the Sprinter van, a lot of people put a ladder, they put some kind of backpack or some type of thing on the back here, so that way they can utilize the space, or they use like a cargo carrier that they put a bunch of stuff in. You know, if you need it, it's great. If you don't need it, it's not a big deal. But this does have a backup camera there. So this has the backup, it has two cameras up there if you notice. It has one camera for the 4-camera security system I mentioned. It has another camera for the Mercedes bird's eye view and backup camera. So there's a camera there, there's two cameras there. Then you have the tow hitch, and this is pretty neat. So this is brand new for 2024. My hands are still dirty, by the way. This is not right. I think Hank's playing a joke on me here or something. So 2024, this is a new storage compartment that American Coach put in these Patriots that you can access from the back. So you can access it from the front. There's a big cabinet that kind of opens up, but you can also access it from the back right here. You got to be 10 foot tall to do it from the ground, but if you stand on this, I don't want to touch anything though. If you stand on this, you can easily access it from the back. This also has a shade here, so if you want to sleep with your doors open and do like van life on Instagram where they all have the doors open and they're looking at the pretty scenery, you can leave your doors open, put your screen down, and you can sleep here. So lots of cool features in the American Coach. Seat belts, you got 3 sets of seat belts back here. 1, 2, 3. You know, some people need them, some people don't. It's a total preference. I got 4 little kids, and they're not little anymore. My kids used to be little and cute, now they're old and annoying, but they're still great. 18, 17, 16, and no, 18, 17, 14, and 12 years old. They don't really fit in this RV, but if they did, they would have to be wearing these seatbelts. So, 3 sets of seatbelts in the back, and there are 4 seatbelts in the front. So altogether, there are 7 seatbelts. Oh, so I guess my whole family would fit in here. 7 seatbelts in this van, which is pretty amazing. Only 2 people really can sleep in it, but there are 7 seatbelts in here. So, pretty neat. We'll jump in more of the inside of the van in a minute. So selfishly, I put this awning out so I can continue talking in the shade a little bit. But it's also to show this thing has a power awning. It does have LED lights across the front of the awning, which are really cool at night because they let off just the perfect amount of light. You know, I used to go camping with my wife and kids when they were little, and I know I've told this story 100 times, but this is like one of the biggest memories. When I look at our pictures from a long time ago, I see the RV we camped in, and I see these ghetto Christmas lights hanging from the awning that my wife put on there, and I'd always look at them and just laugh, but she had a box that said RV stuff, and the Christmas lights were the top thing in that box. So she loved having lights hanging from the awning when we camped. And so I think American Coach copied her and they put the LED lights there. So you can thank Mary for all LED lights on awnings now. But when the awning's out and you're hanging out, you got a light there. They do give you this 110 plug here. The other thing I used to do a lot was I would have a little table here and put like a griddle on top of it so I can cook out of. Now they use Instapots or little other types of oven things that you can use. You can plug it in there and cook outside the RV. You know, these RVs are small inside, which is why you buy them, and they're phenomenal for that. But cooking, to me personally, I like doing it outside the RV. If I had a grill, if I had like a George Foreman, if I had some type of griddle, I always like bringing it outside the RV. I enjoy God's creation, the trees, the weather, the shade, whatever it is I'm looking at outside. I like enjoying that while I'm cooking or while I'm hanging out, whatever it is. So it's great that they give you a plug for that reason. So you got the plug, you got the awning, you got a light up here, so there's a nice bright LED light there, there's a light there, and then you're just hanging out. So this is what makes camping. I mean, we're seeing, look at this. This is the beautiful Airstream right here. We're seeing this is like an iconic Airstream where I'm in a campground doing this video, and some people are going to be in campgrounds like this where you plug in and you use power, and other people are going to be on the side of a mountain. And so everybody uses these Class B vans totally different. There's not a right way or a wrong way to use it. Some people work out of it. Some people homeschool their kids out of it. Other people use it just for weekend getaways. I sold one yesterday to a guy who said, oh, we're just going to go to little music festivals and fishing festivals. This weekend here, weekend there. I really don't want to go anywhere for more than a week. And so this is the perfect size for that. So pretty cool. Back to the Mercedes for a second. Mercedes offers some options that the other manufacturers don't. One of the big ones is a power door. So what you do is you pull the handle and the door opens. There's also a button on the key that you press and it opens the door. And there's a button inside the coach on the dash you press and it opens the door. So really nice feature that you can walk out and then you press the button here and the door closes as well. So lots of cool things with that. And this really comes in handy when that sliding door is really heavy and hard to open and close for you. You press the button and it's almost like you clap your hands and it opens. It's, you know, kind of the same thing. So I really like that a lot. American Coach gives you this screen. So it's a nice big screen that covers everything. There's no room for bugs to get in, nothing. They do give you a little opening here, which I always wondered. How do you open this? Oh, there's this way. I always wondered what this was for, right? I mean, look at that. That's a little funky. I think it's for a dog leash. There's a hook right here. Let's see, there you go. So there's a hook here. You see that hook? And then there's an opening right here. So I think you put the dog leash there and you can have your dog hanging out here on a leash at a campground. So I think it's pretty ingenious. People know one of the main reasons they buy these RVs is because of their dogs as well. So this is the most expensive dog mobile in the world. So as we're walking in, you'll see this is the MD4 version. So with the MD4, this gives you 4 seats in the front. So the 4 seats here, there's a couple different things you can do. So right now, we have these 2 set up, and then I have one of these swiveled around so that way you can feel what it feels like here. I'll swivel this one around in a second so to show you how to do that as well. But what's really neat is you can be sitting here while you're driving, very comfortable here, there. American Coach is full luxury. They give you massaging and heating seats as well, which is very cool. My kids like to sit here and do this. And they just, you know, sit there and do annoying things the whole time I'm driving them around. I love my kids. I love my kids. Ooh, just started. So, massaging seats, heated seats. All 4 of these have the same seat massaging it and heater things, which is really cool. As this area here, so these seats also go back and forth so you have more room, and then these 4 can all face. You can play cards, you can eat, you can do lots of cool things in this area here. So I really like it. So we are in the brand new Mercedes. So one of the cool things about this American Coach is that it is on the brand new Mercedes chassis. And I know some people are like, oh, I don't care about the chassis, I care about the RV. Other people care a lot about the chassis, and they say, oh, a lot of these RVs are the same. I disagree with both of them. I think the chassis is very important, just like I think the RV portion is very important. I do think the dealer you buy it from is very important also. That's why in Gainesville, Florida, is the best. But the chassis is really important because this has the brand new dual state. It's 30 pounds lighter than the previous V6. So being a 4-cylinder and 30 pounds lighter, it has more torque and 10% more horsepower than the old V6 had. So the old V6 had 208 horsepower. This has 228 horsepower. So more horsepower. It also has the dual DEF system that helps with emissions and helps with the DEF. So they've also increased the transmission. It's a 9-speed transmission now. And then the all-wheel drive ground clearance. That's where you get a lot of the weight savings because it's an all-wheel drive and it's on demand all the time. It's not something that you gotta press a button, wait a second, do it. It is on demand always. They gave you 3 leaf springs for suspension versus 2 leaf springs. So they've increased the suspension as well. So it's a better ride. They've also beefed up the sway bar in the rear for the rear axle. So you got more leaf springs and a beefier sway bar. Increase the traction in the off-road. So it does a lot of cool stuff. The electric multi-plate clutch versus the old-fashioned transfer case on the 4x4, and it also has electric power steering versus hydraulic power steering on the 4x4. So lots of improvements and increases on this new all-wheel drive Mercedes chassis. So you know, the second alternator is also a little bigger. They didn't change the weight or the length. They didn't change the height. They didn't change any of that type of stuff. This all looks the exact same, but they also put a higher speed motor in the power sliding door, so it's a little faster, a little more powerful. So pretty cool upgrades there. So on the Mercedes, you know, some people are very used to driving high-end luxury cars, and then they used to get into an RV and they'd be like, God, this thing just feels like I'm driving a cargo van that my Amazon Prime guy pulls up in. You know, that's not what this is. This is a very high-end, very luxurious cab of an RV. So American Coach does a good job. They go through all of this. They upgrade the cab a lot. They upgrade this. They upgrade these things where they're the same leather as the Coach. They upgrade the pillars here. Like, this is leather. This isn't just that black vinyl plastic stuff. Like, this is real leather here that they upgrade. They upgrade all of this. They also put the nice wood that matches the cabinetry in the back. This one has the 10-inch navigation screen. So lots of cool things. You have navigation. You got satellite radio. You also do Bluetooth. You can get apps on here, which is pretty crazy. But, you know, lots of cool options on here. You know, I love the Mercedes navigation. It's very interactive, very smart. It senses traffic and all types of stuff. It's also push button start. I personally, one of my prerequisites for any car that I'm going to drive is that I'm going to have push button start. Like, I'm going to have a key. I don't want to be messing with the key and fiddling with it. I want to push the push button start. It also has a full digital dash. This is the 4-camera system that I was telling you about here. So this has the front, the back, and the side. So all 4 of those are right here all the time. You can even change the mode as you want. So you can have just the front, just the sides, just the back. So, you know, you can have lots of different options there when it comes to this 4-camera system. Something else that's pretty cool is the adaptive cruise, and regular cruise and adaptive cruise. You have your Bluetooth stuff right here on the steering wheel. So, you know, my wife thinks she's a professional driver while she's texting and on her phone. I'm not that brave, so I use my Bluetooth. My wife tends to think she doesn't need to, but luckily it has worked out for her so far. So this coach is equipped with Firefly. So there are 3 spots on this coach that has these Firefly screens. So what this controls is the lights, the air conditioner, the tank heaters, the awning, the stereo, the air conditioner. Everything is controlled by this Firefly here. There are 3 of these throughout the entire coach. One here, one in the middle, one way in the back. There's also an app on your phone where you can control that Firefly. So I know exactly what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, this is very confusing. How am I ever going to remember this if I buy a van from you, Nick? And you know what the answer is. Pretty cool answer. At Sunshine State RVs, we give you a full educational walkthrough with a certified Class B technician. So this is part of our Sunshine State Elite Club, that when you buy a van from us, we will fly you here to Gainesville. We will rent you a car, put you on an airplane, or deliver this thing for free anywhere in the country. And no matter how you get your van, we teach you how to use it. The entire van. We teach you how to go front to back, top to bottom. One of our technicians spends as much time with you as you need to go through this entire van. Then, once you're at our dealership and you do that, then we put you up for the first 2 nights at this really cool campground. It is called the Santa Fe Palms RV Resort. That is where we're at right now. This is not a paid commercial. This is really where we're at. They didn't pay me to tell you about them. We pay to send all of our customers here to this campground for their first 2 nights. And that way you can use the RV that we just taught you about. And you can get a good feel and a good sense of how to camp, how to hook up, how to not hook up. I encourage people to sleep their first night, especially with the ECO-FREEDOM, without hooking up to anything. So that way you can just use the lithium batteries, the solar, the whole system without, so that way you can see what it feels like to boondock. So we do that. Then if you're driving down the road, you're in the middle of Wisconsin. I don't know why people go to Wisconsin. It's a little cold. I'm sure there's beautiful things in Wisconsin. But if you're in the middle of Wisconsin and your AC stops working or your fridge stops working, you can call us and you can say, hey, Sunshine State RVs, my fridge is not working. We'll help you troubleshoot it. We'll help you fix it. Check this fuse, check this breaker, check this switch. If we can't fix it that way, then we will help you find a service shop close by that can service it for you. So that's tech support the whole time you own the coach. Also, if you're within 100 miles of us, we will pick the RV up from your house. We'll bring it to the dealership, fix anything we need to fix, and re-deliver it back to you. All of that is part of the Sunshine State Elite Club. And the best part of the whole club is we have a 5-day guaranteed service appointment. So if you've ever owned an RV and you called the dealership you bought it from, they tell you they're a month out, 2 months out, even 3 months out. Never will you hear that at Sunshine State RVs. Guaranteed service in 5 days. So that's enough about us. This video is about this van. So as we're moving backwards, here you can really see, look how easy this is to swivel seat. So you move and then you swivel. So now we got both seats facing here, right? So everything is there. Let's move these are my notes, by the way. So you got both seats facing here. You have these 2 seats facing there. And now you have a party, right? I mean, 2 of my kids would be here. The 2 that I like, the 2 that I don't like, I would put in the back. And they will never know which 2 I'm talking about. 2 kids here, 2 people here. You have friends, grandkids. There are even these little hooks here that you can see where you can put a car seat there. So it has the anchors for the car seat. These things move very safe. If you're sitting here, you need a charger. There's a USB port here. There's a 110 plug here. You do have a compartment there for things. Oh, look at this fancy cup. Look at that. American Coach, Sunshine State RVs. This is pretty cool. You get one of those when you buy an RV from us. So if it's hot and you need some kind of coverage, you have a shade, and then it's gone when you don't want it. So very neat. Lots of storage here, so this stays open. Lots of, you know, one thing I like about American Coach. So a couple things right here. As I'm looking right here, I like how there's leather inside these compartments. It's not just wood, it's not carpet. This is leather inside of here. There's great insulation. There's rock wool insulation in here, and there's a form of cozy wrap in there as well. Insulation here, nice solid cabinetry there, shuts here. JL audio speakers, not some cheap, crappy Chinese brand, which these might be made in China, but these are JL Audio, which is a nice Chinese brand maybe. I got no idea. Nice big TV. So this is a 32-inch smart TV. This smart TV has Apple TV connected to it. It also has, well, there is an Apple TV and there's a smart TV and there's an internet router in the whole coach. So you put a SIM card in it and you have internet everywhere you go. So that way you can work while you're traveling in your coach. You can work anywhere in the country while traveling in the coach. So let's switch spots. You come here. I will go there. And as we are walking through this, you can see 2 seats, MD4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as we're walking, the air conditioner is on and it's very quiet. Couple things. The air conditioner is running right now on lithium power. So there's 1,080 amp hours of lithium power in this coach. It's called the 1080 package or ECO-FREEDOM. There is a 3,000 watt inverter. There's 300 watts of solar on the roof, and there is an underhood generator under the hood. It's a generator. And what that does, that generates power, to charge these lithium batteries. The solar panels generate power from the sun to charge the batteries. While you're plugged in, you are generating power to charge these batteries. There are 3 ways to charge the batteries: the underhood generator while you're driving down the road, the solar panels, or while you're plugged in. That will charge your batteries up. So if you're camping and you're sleeping for the night, these batteries will run this AC for more than 12 hours. So I don't sleep 12 hours. I wish I could. When I was 20, I used to be able to. Now I turned 42 yesterday. I can't sleep 12 hours anymore. So I don't need it to go 12 hours, but it does go 12 hours. If you leave your dog in here while you go hiking, I can't hike 12 hours. When I was 20, I used to be able to hike 12 hours. Now that I'm 42, I don't do 12-hour hikes anymore. But if you needed to, you can leave your dog in here for 12 hours and you can go hiking, you can come back. You can go to the movies, you can come back. You can go to dinner, you can come back. A lot of people use the van that way. They leave stuff or people or animals in here and they go do their thing and they come back. And they know right now we're running on lithium power. It's 100 degrees outside. This AC is on and it's decently cool. I'm not even sweating anymore, so it's not bad. You know, I mentioned the other Firefly system. So this is the big one. This is the main one that has your main power here, your fridge power, and this shows you your tank levels, shows you your battery levels, shows you how to turn the lights on and off, and then you can get very specific with the lights. You can get very specific with the inverter and charge controller, very specific with the air conditioner and the internet, awning, and sofa. So all of that is controlled right here. So there's also an app on the phone that can control that as well. Look how pretty this is. I feel like it's in my house. I got a soap dispenser. I got a bottle. You get a bottle of wine when you buy an RV from us. How cool is that? Happy Camper Merlot. I'm sure it's very good. It's a nice fancy towel. So check this out. Nice big sink with a thing that pulls out. You can use it, put it back in, maybe, kinda. There we go. Let's put it back in. There we go. How's that? Now it's back in. So nice big sink, hot water, cold water. I like it when things get covered, so that way I can utilize this space without using the sink. People store stuff in their sink. I like to make sandwiches. I'm a big like ham and cheese, Italian bread, provolone cheese fan. So I'll make my sandwich here. If I want to do a grilled cheese, I can do a grilled cheese on this, and lots of space for all of that. So this is where you keep your sponges, drawers. Check this out. That is what they call dovetail. So on the edges here, the way the drawers are assembled, right through there. See if you can get that picture of that. So these are dovetail wood drawers. So very nice construction. Nice drawers all the way down. That's probably the one you'll use the least because it's on the bottom. Nice row of drawers there. You know, American Coach makes a few different models of this. They make the MD4, which is one with the 4 seats, and an MD2. The MD2 has 2 seats there and more cabinetry and a bigger fridge. The MD4 has more seats but a smaller fridge. So every time you're buying a 24-foot RV, there's always going to be those things that you have to sacrifice, right? So sometimes you sacrifice seats, sometimes you sacrifice a fridge. You can't have everything in 24 feet, unfortunately. But American Coach does a great job of giving you as much as possible. So here you go, there you go. Now you can see that's dovetail. So dovetail drawers, nice solid wood, nice construction. This is a garbage pail, garbage can or garbage pail? Garbage something, commercial product, a garbage can. And there's a compartment for it. Back in the day, Coachman was the only one that made a compartment for their garbage cans. I used to always tell everybody they need compartments for garbage cans. And it sounds like American Coach listened. Ron is a good listener. Ron always listens to the suggestions that we have. And Jake, he's good too. So, nice big bathroom. So this is a double door bathroom. So if you just want to have the doors open, you can leave them open. And I'm 6 foot tall, 238 pounds. And I can fit in here, lots of room here. So, you know, fit on the toilet. I can shut the doors, there's plenty of room. Sink, you put the shower head, goes up here like this, and goes right here, so you can use that as well. You can sit and shower, you can stand and shower, you can dance and shower. I mean, you can do anything you want in this thing, there's tons of room. And then, when you need to hang your clothes up, there's a little, let's see how I can do this. There we go. There's a string here. You hang your wet towels on, hang your clothes on. There you go. And you can do that. There is a fan in there as well. So the fan here, it's a max fan, so you can open it to get, you know, I call these things something else at home. I don't call them a max fan, I call it a fart fan. But for YouTube video's sake, we'll call it a max fan. So that's a max fan. I do like how there's windows. So that way when you're in there with the door shut, you don't feel like you're in the back cave. You feel like you're actually, like there's a little bit of light in there. So very nice bathroom. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this door. So there we go. American Coach has a feature, you can get a glass shower door. Nobody wants to see me shower, so I don't need a glass shower door. So there's 2 wood doors. Very nice. This is a remote for the fan that's in the front. So this is a max air vent in the front. So you can open it, get fresh air, it kind of circulates. This is how you control, you know, if my wife was in there and I did this a couple times, I'd hear her yell. It'd be a little entertaining to me. But you don't have to do that. So mirror, you got a wardrobe closet here. So you have a place that you can hang clothes if you want. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going on vacation, I'm not hanging any clothes up. And so you use it for something else. Lots of different ways to use that. As we're going, this is now the bedroom, the living room, the office. You gotta put 3 people on the couch here. This is where, what they used to say in MTV Cribs, where all the magic happens. This is the master bedroom. Very neat. We got some fancy pillows here to make it feel more like home. But power folding couch, 2 ottomans. Me personally, when I'm back here hanging out, I like to prop my feet up and I like to relax. I can watch TV on the smart TV back here. I can play on my iPad, sit there. If you want, you know, it is comfortable enough. You could sit here. There's a lagoon table there, so you can have a table here and it can swivel and move and do all types of stuff. If you want, if you don't, you press a button. Let me show you this. And the couch folds flat. And this is where you sleep. Some people like to leave this couch made into a bed all the time, right? So if you did that, you just put like a mattress pad on it, put sheets on it and all that, and it's just always your bed. You can slide stuff under it from the front, slide stuff from the back. You got your dinette eating area up front, so very cool. But like I said, 6 foot tall, I fit very, very easily here. So you have 2 people sleeping here. You can lay down here, lots of space. And then these are not handles. They're like, you're supposed to be able to hang clothes up on them. But I feel like if I use this as a handle, it would break. So I'm not going to mess with that. But you got your bed here. What's easy is if you drop your feet, and you can just get right up like this and then stand up. And then you can still have 2 people, one sleeping there and one sleeping here. If you want to fill the middle, these things here drop down and they fill it. So it is one big, huge bed. It is a total preference. Everybody kind of uses it a little different depending on how much they move in the middle of the night, what they're comfortable with, kind of what their deal is. Everybody uses that part of it different, whether they fill the middle or they don't. But there is, you know, in here, there's this board here. So what you would do if you want one big bed, you just put that there, you put this here, you put this here, and now you fold the couch flat and you have one big bed, you know. So pretty neat. Hey, you know, this is something new. So I wonder if this can be a twin bed and this can be a twin bed. Check this out. We just made a discovery on live YouTube. So I could sleep here and someone else could sleep there and there's still a gap right here. So this can technically be twin beds. I've never noticed this before. Look at that. Guys, you have seen it first on Sunshine State RV's YouTube channel. American Coach's twin bed model. Pretty cool. I amaze myself sometimes. So, very neat. There, so let's put that back. And this is all really easy to do. I mean, nothing's prepped. It's all here. And this is, it's made to be very easy to use. And now we're back to a sofa. So this couch has 3 seat belts. So you have 4 seat belts in the front, 3 seat belts in the back. So you have 7 seat belts. That's not even one here. So if you need to have an 8th person, you can have someone sit here, 3 people sit there, 4 people in front. there's lots of space in it. Now, it's really made for 2 people to sleep, but lots of really cool space. This is a smart TV here, and there's also a stereo here, so you can Bluetooth your phone to this stereo. There is a smart TV, there's extra plugs, extra USB ports, HDMI plugs, all that. So that way you can use, you know, I've sold these vans to people that have businesses and they want to use this as a monitor. So they put their laptop HDMI into their laptop, and they use this as a second monitor with their laptop. Or if they want to make a presentation to a client, they can do it back here as well with the HDMI cord. So lots of cool possibilities when it comes to these vans. They tend to listen to how people use them, and then they make modifications and changes and upgrades based upon that. So American Coach has been in business a long time, and they make a lot of really cool RVs. They make $1 million Class A's all the way down to these Class B's, and we are their #1 dealer in the nation for Class B vans. We sell more of them than anybody else, and I bet it's because we're truly convinced that they're a very luxurious, high quality brand that is the most luxurious Class B brand on the market. So I love their lithium system. I love that they build on this all-wheel drive chassis. I like the colors, the feel. I mean, just everything is very luxurious. So I'm a big fan of American Coach. I think after sitting in here watching this video, you'll see why I'm a fan and why a lot of other people are a fan of them as well. We do have them in stock at our dealership in Gainesville, Florida. We do deliver free anywhere in the nation. We also will fly you down here to Gainesville, pick you up at the airport, and let you buy one here, or we'll rent your car. If you don't want to fly, you can rent the car, drive down, pick up your coach, camp here locally at the Santa Fe Palms RV Resort, and then you can drive it home. And then we're there with you to help you throughout this whole process. So check out our website, check out the other YouTube videos. My voice is almost shot, and I have to do a podcast tonight with Scott Watson on What's Up Wednesday, so I can't keep talking. Thank you for watching this video, and watch all the other ones. Thanks.